look at this. We just saw those similar sort of visuals when Kamal Haasan launched his political party. And before I go to in fact the AIADMK, various camps of the AIADMK TTV camp supporter Apsara Reddy, and also the EPS-OPS camp supporter Muralidharan Shivalingam. I just would like Sudhir to come in very quickly. Sudhir, when you see these visuals, should we see it as an acceptance at large for TTV Dhinakaran, or as the EPS-OPS camp claims, it is all money show which is speaking? All this will go up in the whip when the actual elections will take place.
Well, TTV Dhinakaran has been known to attract crowds, not just during this time, but even during his earlier district tours, he has been known to attract crowds. So I wouldn't really give much importance to the crowds that are coming, because much more important it's for the crowds to translate into votes. There would also be a lot of curiosity factor at play. And remember, southern Tamil Nadu is also an area where the AIADMK has been traditionally strong, and given the fact that many of the district cadre have been expelled by the EPS-OPS combined for being seen with TTV Dhinakaran and siding with him, he has got this kind of support, at least in the southern part of the state. So we'll have to wait and see as to what kind of promises and what kind of utterances he makes at the Madurai public meeting, and take it from there. But yes, the crowds are there for people to see, and quite a contrast to what Kamal Haasan did. He also attracted a lot of crowds, but these crowds are of course much larger in number, also probably because he's a full-time politician. They know the art and the craft of mobilizing crowds as well. The district secretaries, the cadres are there. They know how to get people to a public meeting.
Muralidharan Shivalingam, do you also see it in a way of the people trying to tell you that possibly, the AIADMK EPS-OPS faction, which very openly, in fact, the Deputy Chief Minister very openly said he is in the government because of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in a way rejecting some sort of a back entry of the BJP into the politics of Tamil Nadu?
No, I don't think so, because, you always see in the Tamil Nadu people have always supported regional parties when it comes to local elections, and they had supported the central parties, Congress or the opposition always. So people in Tamil Nadu are very clear. You might see these crowds everywhere, but what the bottom line is, people are seeing this as an abuse of power and money. This is what they were famous for. This is also the reason their leader is convicted and in Bangalore.
Right.
This is seen as abuse of money. So we are not scared. We're just sitting and watching, because we also have Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan. There are many people in the fray. So only election will tell you what's there in the people's mind. And if we can take a grip in the governance, and if what we are slacked in the first 6 months, I think we are in safer grounds.
Apsara Reddy, if I can come to you at this point of time, who do you think is TTV Dhinakaran on his own? He may attract a lot of crowds right now with the star power of Rajinikanth, Kamal Haasan, and on the other side DMK, which is on the resurgence. Is it enough that TTV Dhinakaran alone would be able to change the landscape in his favour in Tamil Nadu? All right, it seems that we have lost Apsara Reddy there, but let me put that question to Sudhir. Sudhir, who, the entire crowded space of Tamil Nadu politics, who does it benefit the most?
Well, things are pretty fluid at this point in time, Ankit. Very difficult to say who will actually surge ahead. Everyone is actually making their moves on the political chessboard at this point in time. What will be interesting to note is that just a few days ago, Rajinikanth had kind of staked claim to the MGR legacy by invoking MGR's name, by talking about how close he was to the former chief minister. Today, what we are likely to see is Dhinakaran actually invoking the Jayalalitha legacy and saying that he's the true inheritor to the political legacy of Jayalalitha. At the same time, you will also have the state Tamil Nadu budget being presented by Finance Minister O. Pannirselvam. And if the past is anything to go by, he will definitely have his briefcase with Jayalalitha's photograph on it. So you will have different claimants trying to stake claim to the political legacy of either an MGR or a Jayalalitha, and hope to take some kind of strength from that. But essentially at the end of the day, the people are watching. They are not going to vote for you just because you say that you are the inheritor of someone's legacy, but essentially on what you offer on the table to the people at large for the next 5 years.
Mr. Shivalingam, wouldn't it be a difficulty as far as the voters are concerned? Amma is no more, and TTV Dhinakaran and the Managuri clan, Ms. Sasikala, they all claim that they were close to Jayalalitha. They had in fact done their best when she was ill. there is nobody who can, in fact, go ahead and match the same sort of a closeness in the EPS-OPS camp. Do you not think that the voters possibly would be more inclined, and after winning the RK Nagar constituency with Jayalalitha held, towards TTV Dhinakaran?
The closeness of that family with Amma, it's like, nominating when, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, let's say he's a cricket captain, when he retires, because somebody who worked in his house is very close to Mahendra Singh Dhoni, we can make him captain. So it's not going to happen, because if you see EPS and OPS, these are cadres who have been in the party for the last 30, 40, 50 years. And they know the nuances of politics. And that's how they're able to run the government without any problem. Today, Mr. Dhinakaran has absolutely no knowledge of, how to run a government. Forget
Reddy, I would like you to respond to what Mr. Shivalangam is saying. I mean, he's basically drawing an analogy saying that the Sasi Kala and TTV Dhinakaran, A, have no experience, and B, all that they did, they were just the help for Jayalalitha in her house. Is that a fair analogy? And remember, you might, and TTV Dhinakaran might claim the legacy of Jayalalitha. He was also thrown out of the party once by the same leader.
See, one must understand that Madam Sashikala worked as a back office for Madam Jayalalitha. The whole world knows it, including political leaders like Mr. EPS and OPS, who actually mooted her name to be General Secretary and the Chief Minister. We've seen Mr. EPS and OPS fall at Madam Sashikala's feet, even at Poet's Garden. So those are all visuals for public consumption, well documented. So if they decide to do a flip-flop because of political gains or the political musical chairs, I don't even want to dignify it today by talking about EPS and OPS. Today is a day of celebration for us. It's a new emergence in Tamil Nadu where Madam Sashikala and the TTV will lead the state. I think they're running a very corrupt government, whether it's dengue, whether it's NEET, whether it's GST, whether it's demonetization. EPS and OPS have been mute spectators and have been puppets in the hands of a central force, which Amma would have never allowed. I think it's shameful to even talk about them as leaders who are letting down Amma so badly, her legacy so badly. In fact, one of their leaders paraded Amma's coffin for election for the benefit of votes, and they lost so badly in that election. So let's not talk about them today.
Sudhir, when TTV Dhinakaran, when he claims just because he has won the RK Nagar constituency, will he be able to inherit or claim and go to the voters? Because there is a huge connection as far as the voters are concerned with former Chief Minister. Would he actually be able to claim that legacy of Jayalalitha? Or is it just that, winning election of RK mean that the people have accepted him as the heir of the former leader?
Well, RK Nagar was seen as some kind of a stepping stone because it was represented by Jayalalitha. She had won 2 elections from there. It was seen to be as Jayalalitha's constituency. So in that sense, in terms of perception, Dhinakaran did score a point when he won from the RK Nagar constituency. But that's history now. That's at least 3 months old now. What will happen from now on is going to be important. The Madras High Court's verdict, which is expected on the Speaker's decision to disqualify the 18 MLAs who supported Dhinakaran, that's going to play a very significant part in how things go from here. As far as OPS is concerned, the fact that he said that he joined the government back on the advice of Prime Minister Narendra Modi basically indicates the remote controlling of the AIADMK by the BJP, and how the cadre on the ground and how the people on the ground react to this kind of a backseat driving by the BJP. That will also play a role, because Jayalalitha was known to basically do her own thing, not really kowtow to the diktats of a Delhi. That is definitely going to play a role in which side actually is seen as the true inheritor of Jayalalitha's legacy, because in this case, Dhinakaran is seen as someone defying Delhi and taking on the might of the BJP.
That is a very important point you've made, and Mr. Muralidhar and Shivalingam, you need to respond to that. You might say that, oh no, we are, a party of our own, where the Deputy Chief Minister goes and bows out to the Prime Minister, says it is because of him that he is in the position where he is. It's a clear indication to the people of Tamil Nadu, especially, in a state which is, with Tamil pride rules large, where people have not been subservient to any political party or national political party. This is a certain disadvantage you are seeing as playing the game of the BJP.
No, I really don't understand. Is there anything, is it a crime to be close to the center? Is it a crime to be friendly with Mr. Narendra Modi ji?
Not at all. The only possible problem would be to be the perception to be seen as puppets in the hands of the BJP. Nothing else. I'm not saying it's crime for any political party to align. Do that openly. Say that we are in an alliance with the BJP rather than playing these backdoor games.
If that's going to give us all kind of benefits and it's going to get us more funds for the state's infrastructure rebuilding, etc., what's wrong? See, we are not against, being, we are not an atheist party like DMK to say no to the color saffron. What's wrong with it? If we have a good relationship, a working relationship, see, we are not become BJP. We are still ADMK. We have a good working relationship with BJP because we want the benefits to reach us. Look at what happened in Andhra. Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, fought with them and went away. No, who's going to be the loser? It's not
Sudhir, you wanted to make a point. Sudhir wants to come in. He wants to make a point. Sudhir, go ahead.
Talking about since the 16th of February when the Kaveri verdict came, the all-party delegation which wanted to meet the Prime Minister hasn't even been given an appointment, and the Kaveri issue, you know it better than me, is the most important issue as far as the Delta is concerned, as far as the rural countryside of Tamil Nadu is concerned. Your political lawmakers haven't even been able to get an appointment with the Prime Minister. So what kind of benefits by being close to centre, as you say, is really, is Tamil Nadu getting? Nothing at all. What it exposed was the fact that when OPS says that I would not have come back or I came back because Prime Minister Modi advised me, told me to go back, it basically indicates that it's the BJP which has now become the high command of the AIADMK led by UPS and OPS. That's the plain truth.
Absolutely. And Apsara Reddy, how do you see as far as the national, inclination or alliance going forward for TTV Dhinakaran? Ultimately, 2019 elections would also be important, though it's too early. He's just starting his own political outfit. But any political party right now in Tamil Nadu, there is space for some sort of a national alignment. Where does TTV's interest lie?
I think Mr. TTV is a very mature and poised leader. I don't think we'll be averse to having cordial relationships with the centre as far as it benefits the state. I feel the current disposition in Tamil Nadu, whether it's Oki, the fishermen's issue, whether the Oki cyclone, whether it's the Kaveri issue, whether it's the NEET issue, they've never been able to raise a strong voice and stand up to the centre. We have been a state of Tamil pride, a state which Madam Jayalalitha would vehemently oppose the centre or issues regarding the state. I don't see that happening with Mr. OPS and EPS. Even if you look at any visuals, Ankit, if you just do a Google search and see any of the visuals of a Prime Minister visiting Tamil Nadu, the kind of respect they have for the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, whether it's Mr. Karunanidhi, whether it's Madam Jayalalitha, whether it's Mr. MKR. But if you look at Mr. EPS and OPS, they're literally bowing down and falling down at Mr. Modi's feet, and I feel that is absolutely shameful for Tamil pride.
Also, Apsara Reddy, before I go back to Mr. Shivalingam for a response on this, is there a possibility of some sort of an alliance within Tamil Nadu as far as TTV Dhinakaran is concerned, or he is going to go all alone? Is there a possibility of a reconciliation going forward after this with the EPS-OPS camp, or as new political alignments are being seen in Tamil Nadu with Kamal Haasan, with Rajinikanth, and possibly even with the DMK?
See, these are very premature discussions right now because Mr. TTV Dhinakaran is just on the verge of launching a new outfit and also the party flag, and I don't think he will ever align with the DMK because that is our primary opposition. I'm sure we will be open to rehabilitating any of the AIADMK cadres who made an error of judgment and joining the EPS and OPS camp, but that is left solely to the discretion of Madam Sashikala and Mr. TTV Dhinakaran who they want to rehabilitate and to re-enter the party. But I'm 100% sure under the leadership of Madam Sashikala and Mr. TTV Dhinakaran, a government will be formed in Tamil Nadu.
Mr. Shivalingam, is TTV Dhinakaran, the threat that possibly would be the undoing of EPS, OPS? Is there still a chance of reconciliation, seeing the kind of crowds that he's drawing? Could you come up with some sort of a formula to bring him back into the fold, or is it too late for all that now?
I think it's too late. Second is, see, people know that, the history of this family. And this family was thrown out from the party The entire family was thrown out. Later on, Amma forgave Sasikala and brought her in. That's it. And I don't think anybody is going to really, worry about, what his family is up to, etc. Now that, they are launching a party, they're going to squander whatever the money or the wealth they have, and let them do it. And then only the coming elections will tell us clearly, which way and what people are thinking. For us, at the moment, it's good governance, and keep up the momentum, and that's all we need to do. And I don't think we get really disturbed by what each one is doing.
Sudhir, and these visuals are very interesting, these live visuals that are coming in, and you were talking about his ability, he is a politician, his ability to in fact get all these people together, put up a massive show of strength, but ultimately it does depend on the perception that you send across to the voters. Is TTV Dhinakaran capable enough of going it alone in Tamil Nadu, or do you see with the new parties coming in, with with other national parties having interest in Tamil Nadu, some sort of a realignment, or possibly choices that he can make to become a much better, bigger, potent force?
Well, see, the AIADMK always had a vote share of about 35 to 40%, and that's what Dhinakaran would hope to capture as far as the AIADMK is concerned. What he's leading is a rump group of about 18 MLAs, all of them having been disqualified by the speaker. What he would really hope is that he's able to capture the main AIADMK, also the two-leaf symbol, so that he emerges as the true leader of the AIADMK. Now, here is where even the caste divisions would come into play, whether the counter community, which EPS represents, would actually play ball and actually come under the leadership of TTV Dhinakaran. So a lot of dynamics will actually come into play, and how this really plays out. But that is going to be TTV Dhinakaran's game plan to represent the main AIADMK in Tamil Nadu.
Also, Sudhir, very quickly, tell our viewers, does this mean that there is not much hope left for EPS, OPS? They are already, the governance in Tamil Nadu is faltering. There is everyday attack by Kamal Haasan. There are attacks by Rajinikanth. There are attacks by the DMK. And now with TTV Dhinakaran openly coming out, how you see the dynamics changing as far as the AIADMK under EPS, OPS are concerned? I'm sure there are many people, those who would be, after seeing these visuals, would want to rally towards TTV Dhinakaran from that party.
Well, the EPS OPS combine has essentially lost the perception battle in Tamil Nadu, and that's where it really counts. People do not believe that governance is not on autopilot. It seemed to be either remote control or perhaps no kind of governance. Even within the party, the EPS OPS factions came together, but essentially they still are at loggerheads. There is really no close coordination. Just to give you an instance, after the RK Nagar defeat, Madhusudanan, who was a candidate of the AIADMK, the official candidate but belonging to the OPS camp, had complained about the fact that there were factors at play which led to his defeat. Nothing came out of the letter which he actually sent to EPS and OPS. So that has created some kind of a discontent, some kind of a rift. The fissures, the fault lines are visible, and that is really proving to be the undoing of the EPS OPS led AIADMK government. How they take it from now on, it's going to determine whether they will be a success at the hustings whenever elections are held. But at this point in time, with the Dhinakaran threat there, with Kamal Haasan and Rajinikanth proving to be other factors, and of course the DMK there as the main opposition, it's literally a difficult battle which the EPS OPS combine is fighting.
Apsara Reddy, TTV Dhinakaran always claimed that he has sleeper cells in the EPS OPS camp, and he's going to activate them at the right time. Has the right time come for you to show your strength, or who are there? Who are the people, those who are aligned to TTV Dhinakaran?
See, that is something that the TTV Dhinakaran has to take a call on. I think all that we've been asking for is a shift of the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister. We don't want to bring down the government, so to speak. It is Amma's mandate that we are wanting to continue with. It's just the leadership at the top who've displayed certain characteristics which are not beneficial to the people of Tamil Nadu and Amma's legacy. So he's been only asking for the leadership change of the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister. And I hope in time, I think the political realignment will plant him as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
Thank you so much, Apsara Reddy, T.S. Sudhir and Mr. Shivalangam. We're going to come back to you because we would like to keep our focus on what is happening in Tamil Nadu. Very interesting times there in the politics of that state. And once we come back, we'll try and understand what TTV Dhinakaran is saying. These are massive, massive crowds that we see right now at the launch of his party. Sure desperate and of course worrying signs, especially for the EPS-OPS combined, which is ruling the state of Tamil Nadu as of now. Quick break, coming back, going straight to Madurai.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.